Before this video begins, check out the show notes to find out how you can enter for free to win a 1-week charter in Thailand. Well, okay, so here, y'all went looking for a dive center for quite a while.
Well, we went to the one that was closest to the boat.
And we've started a new video commentary series just for patrons. You can get access to that by going to patreon.com/sailingdoodles. So we're on a mission this morning. We need to fill up our diesel cans. Unfortunately, the gas station is pretty far away and there's no really close way to get your cans there. And of course, there's nowhere to pull up your boat. So we got our bikes out. They've seen better days. Saltwater will corrode most everything, and it's only a matter of time before things start to rust. So hopefully they still work. We got our trailer out too. We're gonna put them in the dinghy, go to shore with them, and then ride into town to get diesel, hopefully. In hindsight, you know, these bikes were cheap. I think they're like $130, $140 a piece, and they fold, which is cool, so they take up less space. They still take up a lot of space, and they're pretty crappily made. Hindsight, I would have, I don't know, I probably spent another $100 per bike and got something better. I know you like professional bikers would be killing me, but we're gonna put some of that on the chain. I mean, whatever. Who knew the anchorage was in the middle of a canoe racetrack? These bikes suck. You may hear it shifting constantly, and I can't change it. They're rusted. They were already pretty bad to begin with. This is, forget about it. It was about 6 miles to the only fuel station on the island, but it felt a lot longer. Now I had to do the same thing in reverse, only pulling an extra 120 pounds in the trailer.
Hey man. What are you thinking about to get diesel by bike?
Bad idea. Bad idea.
But the view is awesome here.
Yeah.
So we like that a lot.
The supply boat arrived while we were gone, so the dock was quite busy. I had promised Laura a bike ride. As tired as I was, it was time to get back on the bikes.
Slow and the traffic's not moving. There's a gas leak in North Town and they can't seem to fix it up, so they call you on Monday morning. You've been working 2 jobs, still bills are stacking up in this pile on the coffee table. Nothing's ever enough. Money isn't worth all the life that you're paying. Wonder when it all stops, when nobody want more, when we're done taking all for granted. Nothing's ever enough, nothing's ever enough. Oh, and it's all going faster. You can't get a hold of things and you're longing, and searching for something more. And you try to remember all the good things that your mama told you. It turns around, you see. It takes time, but you just can't believe that. Believe that, no, you just can't believe that. Well, it feels like the world is against you somehow, and your wheels just keep on spinning.
One of the things we hadn't had time to do yet was put on our lazy bag, so it was time to make that happen. So we're putting the sail bag up. Basically, these little sliders just go in the track. We'll run them all the way down, then we'll move it to the other, you know, it'll flip on each side of it. We're gonna have to rerun the reefing lines through it, but it should be okay. was nice that the boat already had lazy jacks, so we didn't have to run new lines for that. Lazy bag really makes it a lot easier putting the sail down, and it protects it from the sun also.
Well, we got a lazy bag up. We still got some fine tuning to do, you know, straighten it out a little, but it looks pretty good. I need to pull it a little bit tighter, but we can fine tune it as we go.
Just had to rerun the reefing lines and we were all set. It was time to get moving, and it was 230 nautical miles to Tahiti. In the last video, we showed you how dangerous the pass could be, but this time we timed it right, and it was not too bad. Alright, we are on our way to Tahiti. We got the sails up, we got spinnaker and the main sail up. The winds are a little shifty and varying strengths. They're kind of gusty too, but we're making do of it. But kind of, you know how it is. I said this in a previous video and we got a lot of crap for it, but I don't care. If there's more than one boat headed in the same direction, it's a race, okay? I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. And we're racing two other boats right now. One of them we're gonna lose to. 65-foot Outremer, out of our class. We're not beating them. But there's another one, it's a 49-foot monohull of some sort. And we're catching him. He's only doing 5.6 knots. We're doing 8. That is the 50-foot monohull, and that is the Outremer. And you can see here we're doing 7.5, 8 knots. What do you think, Laura?
High five. We're gonna get him. Gives me something to think about the next how many hours?
Unfortunately, we're towing the dinghy behind us. One of our davits over there, it's like a mount is broken. We can either replace the bracket in Tahiti or make it a re-welded. Shouldn't be that big a deal, but we pulled the motor off over here. And so we're towing the dinghy. Because it's, I mean, calm seas and it's forecasted to stay calm, so. Chillin'. How you doing, guys?
Doing good now that the spinnaker's down.
That got a little sporty. We had the spinnaker out and all of a sudden we get a gust of like 18 knots. And well, imagine what happens when you have a spinnaker up and 18 knots of wind comes in and it changes direction. It can get a little sporty. So now it's sustained 17 knots, so we're gonna put the Genoa back out and we should be okay. Alright, uneventful sail overnight. The wind's been around 10 to 15 knots all night. Glad we took the spinnaker down just because, you know, when it gets up to 15 knots, that's a little too much wind for the spinnaker. Making okay time, averaging somewhere just under 7 knots. We're kind of catching that other boat. We're less than 6 miles away from now. I can see a sail out on the horizon. Probably a little hard to have the camera get it here. Maybe I'll get my other camera that can do that. But we're slowly catching up with him. I think he started off about 12 miles ahead of us and he's just under 6 miles ahead of us now. So doing all right, making good time. Got 77 miles to go. So we need to average 7 knots today to make it before dark. So we're gonna see how the wind does here, and if we have to end up adding a little bit of motor to it just to get that, we'll do that, just because I don't want to have to be crossing that pass at night. You know, you saw what it was on those other ones. I don't want to be doing the same thing when I can't see the water this time. So we pulled to within 4 miles of the other boat, but then we think he turned on his motor because he started pulling away from us. Well, it's kind of nice. We got Papeete and Tahiti in the background, and Tahiti on the horizon there.
How many hours away are we though?
We're still like 2.5. We're 15 miles. We're hoping the marina has a spot for us. We haven't stayed in a marina in
Since Mexico.
yes, but we're gonna stay about 3 nights there. Kind of do some work on the boat. We got to repair our throttle cable. I got to upload a ton of videos.
Fix the bathroom.
Fix some bathrooms, do some stuff. Well, cheers. Just after sunset, we headed into Papeete Bay in Tahiti. If you're enjoying the videos, please click like and subscribe. And this video channel is funded by viewers like you. Check out sailingdoodles.com to find out how you can become a patron.